everybody. Welcome back to 312 Squadron. We have yet another official store champ here live at Dungeon Cat Gaming here in Glen Ellen, Illinois. And I am joined by one of my closest confidants here at 312 Squadron, Andrew Kuba. Thanks for being here, Andrew.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for having me. Looking forward to today's gaming.
Yeah, 4 rounds today. We do have a player size of 16, so there is no quote-unquote final table or 5th round. We're doing 4, and the 4th round, of course, will be for the World's Invite. You guys can see the lists are on screen there in our overlay as the players get set up. So betting is now open, and we're playing Assault at the Satellite Array. Well, we have a moment here. Let's show our beautiful faces. Here we are. Hello, everybody. So, yeah, so a World's Invite is on the line. Let's see if we can get our autofocus to work. If I do this, it usually...
Got to keep it.
Just got to keep it still.
Yep.
With 2 people, sometimes doesn't work. But anyways, this is what it looks like. It was working earlier, but I think with 2 people, it now gets really confused because it's like you're here, I'm here.
Yeah,
but so Joel Springle won the World's Invite at our last event at the Windy City Trials.
That's right.
He is here playing again. So let's see if someone knocks him off or how that will work.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, a lot of great competitors here today for sure. So I'm sure we're going to be in for some very, very good games and high-level competition.
Yeah, Nick Tobin is back here. He just missed on his chance to get a World's Invite. We might see him at final table, but as you said, some good competition.
Yeah.
Our buddy Peter from 312 is also playing in the event. And yeah, so super excited to get these games going. As you can see, again, our players finishing setup. Wondering what happened to your credits. We did reset our credits, so just watch, bet. What you have, you'll get more credits. Hi, Nick. Has today not started yet? Just tuned in. It is about to. Round 1 will start in a moment. Back to our overlay so you guys can see for your betting purposes. What do you think of the list here? We'll break them down in a moment. As we actually, we can just break down the list now. Which side do you want to take? And I'll do the other one.
Sure. You know what? I can start off with the Rebel side with Samurott. I think it's great. We're starting off today with a classic Empire versus Rebel, and with the new points, we got a lot of interesting ships that are coming here as well. So kicking it off with Samurott's list, we got Ahsoka Tano in the A-wing with heightened perception, hopeful, proton rockets, and vectored cannons. That's going to be standardized on all of them. I do like this list with the vectored cannons where you do have the option to have that ordnance out the front or being able to rotate that turret. That's going to be, hopefully we'll get to see some of that. Sabine Wren with a more defensive build in the A-wing with elusive and Mandalorian optics to get that target lock along with vectored cannons. Corn Horn in the X-wing. Since this has come out, I'm really happy to see Corn on the table, especially in that X-wing with hopeful cluster missiles and the R3 Astromech.
R312 Astromech, right?
That's right.
4-point Corn is solid for sure. That's
Absolutely.
exciting.
Yeah.
Nice to see some 4-pointers.
And we got a lot in this list at I-5, which is those higher initiatives are going to be more important too. Jake Farrell, always a great support ship with Predator, proton rockets, giving it that little bit of punch and lethality with vectored cannons. And then Tycho Chelku with hopeful, juke, concussion missiles, and vectored cannons, which is that's exciting. Interesting with that juke too, to force your opponent to be spending those green tokens.
Yeah, Ahsoka, of course, is going to be the one that probably can provide Tycho the extra token.
Yeah.
Composure was banned because of Tycho.
Yep.
Literally, it was Tycho that was the only one that was really using and abusing Composure. So now we find it on the ban list, and it's fine. It's not the end of the world.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, not a big deal. I'll take Steven's side here. So this is a classic matchup. We got Rebels versus Empire. Steven is the winner of Dragonfall 2022, our charity event. It was an unofficial event, but played really well. He brought Quick Draw and Phasma and friends, but now bringing Empire. And we get some bombers. We get Tomax Bren with Bomblet Generator, Barrage Rockets, and Sat Salvo. Juno Eclipse in the X1. 4 points, always has just been a sneaky good piece. Just a lot of people, I think, still sleep on Juno's value here with Fire Control, Pattern Analyzer, Marksmanship. Merrick Steel at 4 points is a steal, pun intended. Afterburners, Fire Control System, Major Rhymer with Delayed Fuses, Seismic Charges, Barrage Rockets, Sat Salvo. Captain Jonas with Bomblet Generator, Barrage Rockets at Sat Salvo. There's the handshake, so we can start our timer in round 1 for me there on our overlay. Thank you. And lastly, we got a Black Squadron Ace in the generic 2-point tie Jonas is going to be giving those bombers rerolls. Sat Salvo, of course, you spend an extra charge on your missiles, so the 5 charges on barrage rockets get depleted pretty quickly because you can choose your opponent to reroll 2 defense dice of your choice, or have your opponent. So definitely something to look out for. The power level of this list is certainly there. A lot of damage potential as we are underway, and we get some vectored cannon boosts. Not sure who first play. Do you see the first player marker? I don't.
Yeah, it's up at the top, but it's a little bit washed out.
It's off the mat though, right?
Yeah, it is off the map.
No worries. And we also have player audio today, as you can hear us. Be able to hear both players. I think both of them are being very quiet right now.
And that is it for that. And then we reveal dial starting with 3s. Yep.
We got all the bells and whistles here.
Yeah.
So be sure to get your bets in. So many ships. Yeah, that's going to be the norm. 5 to 6 ship list is going to be the norm for a while, unless it has a large base. It might be 4.
Yeah. I think we're going to
go real fast.
Going to see. Okay, so then that would make Samurott as first player, moving Sabine first.
Yep. And I will be right back, Andrew. Just going to get that token on the board.
So while we're having that, so for everybody in chat, you know, I guess what would be your thoughts on this opening with the setup? What are you thinking? Looks like Samurott is going more a little aggressive with that Sabine on the right side. Feeling like it can maybe try to go 1-to-1 with that Black Squadron ace.
Yeah, top of the board is a little bit brighter there, so the first player token is technically on Samurott's side. Just making sure that we can see it. So a little head-to-head action here. Black Squadron ace scoots forward here. Was that, I think, a 3 straight? Takes a focus.
Yeah.
So put it in the middle of the board. Okay. That's wherever they want to put it. That's fine. I was going to say, there's plenty of room at the bottom. And Tycho doing a 5 straight as well. Can't score points in the first round, but getting yourself in a position to contest or score next round. Going pretty fast and aggressive here. Fast and furious, as they say.
Yeah, maybe thinking that Steven's gonna maybe slow roll with the V1s or the X1s. I mean.
Yeah, make sure you guys, if it's quiet, you can turn up your volume. And I say that as a jokingly, just because our levels are pretty good on our end here, so I can boost our game by another dB. But hello. I would just restart Twitch. That happened. It seems to be another bug that Twitch has. Twitch is on a roll these days.
Yep.
So who do you favor in this matchup here? I'm leaning Empire right now, personally, without any bias, just with the bombers and the rerolls.
You know, I would have to say it is interesting. I like the coverage that the Rebel Alliance has, and I'm gonna go pick the Rebel side.
Nice.
And I think that these, you know, those bombers are easy to take down. And I think it's going to come down to, because we are seeing Samurott coming out with a very aggressive strategy, contesting those objective points early. So I think it's going to come down to some, you know, it's kind of taking away the range control that those bombers have if he was going in maybe a little slower.
That's true. Reimer still does get to, well, it doesn't matter. It's still 3 dice, so Reimer's ability doesn't really matter with barrage rockets, but it is an interesting strategy for the bombers. I kind of like being aggressive. However, with the X1s, I think it is futile to be jousting both Juno and Merrick with an A-wing. So.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to be interesting to see what do those X1s do. How fast are they? Are they going to be moving in? And how fast can they come and support those bombers when the other A-wings kind of start and Cornhorn starts tearing into those?
Are the colors right? That is a good question. They should be. I had a photo references, unless they got swapped around or something got reset. Let me double check here on the back end. Okay. Ahsoka is green. Sabine is blue. Tycho is colored white. No, is purple right now.
Yep. That's correct.
Tycho should be just. Oh, it's white on your side. No.
Well, no, Tycho's purple.
Unless Samurott switched it. Jake should be purple.
Yeah.
Yeah, it did get switched around again. Sorry, guys. That happens sometimes when we have two. We have an iPad also running the overlay, and sometimes they trip up on each other and reset colors. So.
But we appreciate you helping us out, chat.
Yeah. A lot to keep track of, so we rely on you guys to help us where you can to get everything sailing smooth.
Yeah, going in a little faster, getting caught with those target locks.
Cool. That is the updated.
Yep, and there's the action boost from Juno.
What's up, J-Man? See more bombers out there, Justin. Cool. Colors are good. I can confirm.
Yeah, those bombers coming down to 3 points, I think, was really needed for Empire for sure, and we're definitely going to be seeing a lot more bombers entering in the meta, and especially at those higher initiatives, I-4 and I-5 is it's just a great spot for them, and they can do a lot for a lot of lists.
There we go. Just tweaking the color a little bit here for us.
Yeah, J-Man, for those 3 health aces with saturation salvo out there, yeah, that's gonna be brutal, and that's gonna get a lot of players.
Yep. Mm-hmm. So just hope your rerolls are good.
Right.
Just look at it this way, it's 2 elusives.
Yep.
We got 25 folks watching us right now. We had a big influx of followers. I think we had like 10 or 11 followers just over the past 24 hours. So tell your friends, hey, 312 Squadron is here, and my goodness, their in-person stream is pretty cool.
We got the first shot coming in at Juno.
And you just can't afford to spend your focus, so that's nothing.
Yep.
First, want to check for coin?
Checking. Corn's got nothing.
Yeah.
I think it's just range 3 obstructed
Range
here.
three,
It's the Black
obstructed.
Squadron Ace. So Tycho taking a little bit of a pot shot here. It's going to be 2 on 5. You just don't expect to do any damage with shots like this. Let's see what's going on.
Yeah, range.
You got no mods, might as well just check it down and see what happens.
Yeah.
And I believe Andrew Samurott's a newer player, just from what I'm gathering. So
Yeah. This is his first tournament.
Oh my goodness! I just streamer cursed it. So that is a plink of damage onto the TIE fighter here.
Yep,
if you don't mind updating that for us.
Yep, that is X-Wing for sure.
That's ridiculous.
5 dice, taking 1 damage.
For my 5s.
All right, I'll start with Juno. Into Jake.
So here it comes.
Range 2.
Juno, range 2. Rolling those 3 dice. A little bit of everything here so far. That will end up being a crit, and then we're gonna most likely spend the lock.
He's got fire control system with.
No, he's burning the lock.
Oh, he's
he
burning
has
the
no
lock.
focus. So
Correct.
Yeah, he
Yep.
wants those 3 hits, and there it is.
Wow. Yep.
Nice reroll there.
Okay.
1 hit, 2 crits, and already 2 damage going through here. That is Sabine Wren at the top of the board, taking 2 shields.
Yeah.
Oh, not
believe
Sabine.
that's-
Sorry,
that's,
that's purple. Jake
That's
Farrell.
Jake. Yeah.
I'm looking at the ship and like that's blue, and then they're all blue. So, yeah. Apologies. That was Jake Farrell taking 2 shields. Now this is Merrick Steele's shot.
Oh, well,
Not good. You get
Definitely
nothing, and you spend your lock
definitely
here
spending luck there.
for 2 crits. Okay.
Lot better.
Sabine. Now
Wow.
Merrick's ability will proc here.
Yep.
You will give me 3 cards, and I
And
get
he's
to pick
gonna
one.
pick the direct.
Which crit it is for the damage cards.
Yeah, if it's in there, you definitely don't want that one
Congratulations,
showing
you
up.
guys both made top 16. One for each of you.
Let's see what the options are.
Let's do console fire.
Console fire.
All
No
right,
direct
no
hits in
direct.
there.
Console fire.
Still a chance to die.
Yep.
But we'll be able to shoot at least.
Yes.
I was so hoping it was not the.
I was hoping for a direct hit. Yep.
Yeah, I'm talking about it. They're open for the
That's why he's
direct.
so good. He's really.
Yep.
The red stream dice coming in hot. They always come in hot. They're always spicy. As we're gonna move down to, I believe the bombers console fire roll. He's
All
safe.
right, safe.
Sabine, or rather Jake.
Jake.
If you could go to Jake with just one hole into console fire for me, if you don't mind.
Yes.
What is console fire, folks? Console fire. Well, before you engage, you roll an attack die. On a hit, you suffer damage. Crits or anything else, no consequences. Let's see, don't. Is it updating on my side? All right.
Oh,
You put on
I did put
Ahsoka.
it on Ahsoka.
No worries.
That's my bad. Thanks everyone for bearing with me.
Okay. Keeping score is actually very difficult. It's not an easy thing. I always have it. I have it on my end too. I can always help you out. I just don't
all
want you to
good.
think that I don't trust you to do it. You're doing a good job. Yep. There we go. Jake with the console fire. Next up. Now I'm actually properly identifying Sabine here at the bottom of the board. Looks like that's going to be range 3.
I think that's just 2. With.
Right.
That's been to keep in the
Might be.
focus.
Right back at you.
All right. Let's see if we get some more surprise damage here.
2. Nobody else is shooting. All right, spin the focus.
Focus. That's going to be 2 hits. 4 dice here for Sabine. I would hope Sabine. We'll see. I'm
Yeah,
not even
well,
going to
with-
stream recurse it again. I'm just not going to speak.
There you
Oh,
go.
it is range
With-
2?
I'll
Good thing you
send that.
kept the focus.
Okay. It was range 2. I thought that was 3. But no damage.
Yes.
All right.
And then back to die.
Styles.
Yep, so that was the first round. We head to round 2. 12 minutes has elapsed here, and even though no scenario points are being scored yet, they will start this round. Damage already being done here, especially Jake on just one hole with a console fire.
Yeah.
So see, there are our players. Player cam is very underrated. Shout out to GSP for really making that a thing. I just stole it. Stole the idea of a player cam, although I'm sure it's been around for a while. Just with X-Wing, my boys at Gold Squadron have been doing it for a little while now, the tournament circuits that they run. So let's talk about the scenario really quick. Again, we're playing Assault at the Satellite Array. This is one of the scenarios with 5 objective markers, tokens, however you want to call them. This one people refer to as King of the Hill because you don't have to take in a scenario action to get a point. You have to have a ship within range 0 to 1 of each point. Small bases are worth 1 ship. Medium and larges are worth 2. And if both players have one small base within an objective, it's contested and neither player scores that point. Every round, after starting round 2, you score points with the scenarios and ships you destroy, and then once the first player to get the highest number / first to 20 wins the game. Assaults I find to be still one of the ones that can kind of snowball if people have large bases,
Yes.
and they're, because they can cover multiple points and contest at the same time. I still like it a lot because I don't have to think too hard about when I'm doing a scenario action. I just kind of have to fly in certain areas.
It's an interesting one too because you kind of have an idea of where your opponent wants to be, and you can it gives you a lot of opportunities to line up things like those bullseye arcs. It gives you a lot of a chance to know when to take a target lock, maybe what that range control is going to be, and when it's safe to kind of get in the scrum and take those evade and evasive actions.
Yeah.
So especially if you're the Empire player, I think with bombers, this is the scenario that they really want to see because they're able to place those bombs in an area where if your opponent goes into that range 1 zone, they're going to get hit with those bombs, or if they ignore the zone, then they're not getting the points.
Right.
So
When you set up on your opponent's side, the second placement, do you put it all the way the furthest or the closest to their board edge so that they have to like range control and stay behind with the ship, or do you try to keep it close so that you can claim a point after the first engage? How do you?
So it depends what I'm playing. If I have those medium-based ships, I'm going to want to keep the token as close to my side as possible, where I can maybe try to get those 2 points with one ship and keep it in that central location. And so that way you can really contest all points at once. If I'm playing something that has a little more speed to it and these smaller ships, I want to put that more on my opponent's side so that while if I go through their list and I'm turning to come back and re-engage, I'm getting those points further on their side where I'm more likely to be, and you can press the advantage more on their side.
Yeah, I do think that when I ask that question, usually it's usually it's situational as the response, which makes sense. Yeah, I mean, I definitely don't have a playbook where I'm like every time I'm setting in the exact same place. I think we're all still kind of figuring out the perfect turn zero when it comes to the combination of obstacles and scenarios.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, it varies. And when you have medium and large bases, when you're playing Assault, it is very exciting because you can score a lot of points with those big bases.
Yeah.
I'm going to step away for a second, and I'm going to just zoom out the camera slightly so the overlays and it's cropped over the map here. Take it away, Andrew.
All right. Yeah, I was going to say, while Nick is doing that too, if anybody in chat has any tips or tricks that they've found for placing those scenario objectives, or even how you want to place rocks in response to that as well, we'd love to hear your feedback. So not only that, it's going to be interesting to see what the movement is going to be this turn.
There we go. It's way better.
All right.
That's better.
So we're getting ready to flip dials here. It's going to be interesting to see where Jake is going. I think that he might not have enough space to do that 5K to kind of get out the back of them. So he can either maybe try to move past them and go for the bump. Maybe start with the rotating the turret arc, maybe 3 forward just into them, so that it would force them to those X1s to do their Talon rolls, or to have to turn around and engage. Because if they turn in and change targets on Ahsoka, then Jake kind of gets away scot-free, and can start taking those objectives. So if I'm Samurott, I think that's what I'm thinking. We have our first movement. First player is now going to Steven, and Sabine is...
It's only the second round. I feel like we've watched 3 or 4 rounds evolve with all this damage. I love it. I'm not used to it. I love it. I'm here for it. We also saw where Sabine get that lock for wondering. Mandalorian Optics, during the system phase, you may acquire a lock on an enemy ship in your front arc. It is not an action. You just acquire a lock. And then while you perform an attack against the ship you have locked, you ignore obstacles at beyond range 0 of the attack. So pretty nifty, especially if you are using munitions, or if you just are trying to get that final shot through. Mandalorian Optics is great stock right now at 3 points. Beskar reinforced plating also very popular now, as you'll see as well.
Yeah, I've been seeing a lot with the Sabine TIE Fighter. Initially, a lot of lists that were coming out put put Lone Wolf on her. And we've been seeing some lists now coming out with the Beskar reinforced plating, which for a TIE Fighter being able to negate a crit is huge. I'm starting to lean towards maybe that's kind of the way to go.
Yeah. Yeah, I think with the 3 points of loadout you have, I think the only quote-unquote correct choice is Beskar reinforced plating. And she's there to stick around and be an objective player, not to acquire locks. So the only other 3-point option is Mandalorian Optics, which just doesn't make as much sense on the TIE Fighter.
Yeah, exactly.
Are you good? We're good, Dan. Shout out to Dan McGinn here, being our judge and TO here, along with Tom at Dungeon Cat Gaming, !DC, if you want to see both the link to Dungeon Cat's website here in Glen Ellen, Illinois, as well as the Roll Better link. You could take a look at the list here.
All right,
60-player tournament.
that was a good move by Sam for doing the bank there. If those X1s try to go slow, they'll get the bump.
Oh, well,
we're gonna barrel
opening it
roll
up
away.
now.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's gonna be it's gonna be interesting.
How did Juno? Juno must have boosted, with the ability.
Yes,
to be stressed.
last turn.
Yeah. Yeah, not repairing console fire.
Living dangerously with no mods as well.
Yeah.
So.
Jake, I'm a little disappointed, Andrew, that Jake remained at 4 points. I don't think his ability is broken. It's a good support piece. He could have his loadout be lower.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Even Shara Bay didn't go down, which I was also very surprised by. 4-point Shara. She's been in jail for pretty much no actual reason. She just kind of has. She was 3 points at one point, and people are like, "That's too expensive." That is a bump.
That looks like a bump.
Hey, thank you so much. We got iMike 911X gifting 2 subs for us. We do have sub goals in between this second and third round. We'll talk about our sub goals, but that is getting us on the way. Thank you so much for the support. You know, that help allows us to continue to do this and make it even better.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much. So it looks like Merrick is opting to not do the stress focus. Oh.
Is this might be, we're checking where the template ends up, but this could be a self bump here. Let's see. And if it would hit, it looks like it is. And if it would hit both, you treat it as a friendly bump as well.
Yeah.
So Steven is
so kind of a nifty barrel roll then from Jake.
And Juno did spend that lock as well.
Right.
So not a good shot into Jake, although it would still be 3 dice and Jake has no mods.
Right. But you know,
did he not give himself a focus after the barrel roll?
Well, so because of the vectored cannons, he can't.
Why not? With his ability?
Oh, Jake's ability. Oh, yes,
yeah.
right. His
so
pilot ability.
He did barrel roll, which usually, you know, it would be a quote unquote, you know, poor choice. But with Jake, his ability after you perform a booster barrel roll, you choose a friendly ship at 0 to 1.
Right.
They may perform a focus action. So, but yeah, I don't see we're rolling for the damage and no consequences for Steven here. Juno just sits there and I think the stress gets cleared though still.
Right.
So I need to make an adjustment to the camera. So after this round, I'll let him know about the stress. Not a big deal right now. It doesn't really matter.
Unless he passed off the focus. Looks like he passed the focus off to Ahsoka.
Okay, very interesting.
Yeah.
So maybe Ahsoka is going to give Jake the focus?
You know, or maybe with if you're not repairing that console fire, why give him a focus if he might just blow up on engagement?
Yep. Looking for a second lock here. Corrin's his actions taking target lock and our R312 astromech allows him to acquire another lock on a different ship and maintain 2 locks. So gonna put it on the front 2 bombers. That is Reimer and Jonas.
And with that type formation, those cluster missiles become very relevant.
Josh saying bump in both ships, so that's an enemy bump. No, it's a friendly bump if you would bump into both a friendly and an enemy. You treat it as a friendly, which is difficult. I don't know if I agree with that decision. It is what it is. It goes either way for me. It's not a big deal, but that is the way. Unless they changed that, and I did not know about it.
I don't believe there was any routed update to that. But yeah, it doesn't come up too often. But you know, when it does, if you're the one who's self bumping your own ship, that doesn't feel great.
All right, here we go now with Ahsoka. Let's listen in.
Third one, I think that's gonna. Crash.
One hard, yeah. Okay, in.
No, it's not.
No, it clears. Doesn't towards Jake. Doesn't bomb.
And Ahsoka already has that, so I think we're just gonna barrel.
Makes sense.
Not gonna do Ahsoka action to give Jake a focus, because that would be first before your action. Gonna barrel roll out of Juno's arc, but Merrick is there with an unmodded shot. Actually, did Merrick take a focus?
Nah, Merrick did not take the stress focus.
Thanks to Jake.
Yep.
But it does line up Ahsoka for that proton rocket shot. Then that's going to be a
That'll
big
be
one
juicy.
into an unmodded, a Juno with no focus.
Okay, let's listen in here. There is the Procket in a couple of blanks. That's not bad. That's about
And
average-ish
focus, I
for a
guess
Procket.
that's
Yeah.
You really want 4. You would love
2 hits and a
5.
crit.
You get 3.
2
Yeah.
hits and a crit.
It's got that crit in there though, and
Anything else?
Juno has 2 shields.
Yeah, that's it.
And
got
Juno takes
one
Takes
to
2.
evade.
So shields down.
Shields down.
All in Juno.
All right. And that, yeah. So
That's
at least,
good. You get
at
a
least,
couple through.
yeah, at least you got the one. You got a couple through, and it's good for Steven to get that one evade, so that crit doesn't go through to the hull.
Yep. And here is this looks like Juno's
Yeah, this
shot
looks like
into Jake
Juno.
for nothing.
Now we're going with the Merrick range 0.
Yep, just one. Jake goes down. Rolls should have given him a focus,
Yeah.
because you could have done everything the same way with Ahsoka doing the ability, because you could still barrel roll because she got the focus from Jake.
Yep. Yeah, that's true.
So that is going to be 4 points. Steven on the board here first blood, and that is an initiative kill. Yes.
So if you are stressed, can you dial in a purple?
A question about if you can do a purple maneuver even while stressed. Yeah, I mean, as long as you have the force suspend, it's not a stressful maneuver. It's a purple maneuver, which is more difficult than a stressful maneuver, but doesn't follow the same requirements.
It pays to train in the ways of the Force.
It's true. All right, I lost track. I believe this has got to be a bomber shot here
Yep.
now.
Is it, all right.
So
And
Jonas
I'll spend the
reroll.
focus for
It's
hit
gonna be
crit.
2 hits and a crit. I'm sure we'll see.
So
This
hit
was
crit onto
max.
Conan.
Yes,
Right,
and
shoot
before
into
you,
Corin.
well, you don't, and I have saturation salvo potentially, so I can spend 1 more charge to make you reroll 2 defense dice. So just before you start modding anything, just give me 1 second to look at that.
Yes.
I don't
I'm
think-
just double checking.
Corin can modify his defense dice this turn anyways. I don't see a focus or
Yeah.
no elusive anything. So if he rolls any evade,
Oh crap! I forgot about the hopeful triggers.
Oh, yep. The hopeful triggers.
Oh no.
Nice trigger.
Okay.
This is how we
yeah,
learn.
So yeah,
Yeah.
hit. And so far, we're gonna saturation salvo that.
Yep, that's
Yeah,
what saturation
so-
salvo is.
Roll them again.
Re-roll the natty evades. Can you get him again? There's
And
one.
box.
I'm
Yeah, reroll the box.
Okay.
All
It takes 2. Hit crit.
2
Shields
shields.
down.
On to Corin.
See, you gotta get lucky twice with that saturation salvo.
Thankfully, as T65s tend to take a credit or the hole, not taking it yet, but now just exposed 4 hole.
Yeah.
This is certainly, I would be surprised if Corin doesn't go down here with 2 more double modded shots with barrage rockets coming through and saturation salvo. Just everything is stacked against him here. I think those locks are misassigned, maybe. Oh, he's just handing. I'm not sure what's going on there. Don't know what's going on. I just he moved. I guess that must be Tycho's lock, right?
Yeah, the white one, right?
Spend target lock or no?
This is Tycho.
Yeah.
Thinking about spending the lock.
We can spend the target lock.
Spending it on Jonas.
That's Corin Horn's target lock, so I guess this is Corin Horn's shot.
Yeah.
2 crits.
Oh,
Jonas
that's
rolling
right.
2.
Free attack dice. I was thinking
Yep.
range 1. This is Corin's shot. Yeah.
So probably with the cluster missiles.
Still on Jonas, yeah. That would make sense. Cluster missiles with R3 is pretty decent. Do you spend here? Why not? Yeah.
Let's do it. Let's turn focus. We'll just take 1 crit.
One.
Yep.
Okay.
crit
Bonus
goes through
attack
on
because of cluster
Jonas.
missiles.
Crit is disabled power regulator.
Disabled power regulator. That
Oh yeah, let's see what that is.
So gain an ion token when he engages.
Jonas will be ionized.
And this thing shows up too.
Yeah. That on. So we remember.
40 engage, game 1 ion token.
They're both same power toughness.
This guy's range 3 though,
Well,
so you can't shoot him. He's out of cluster.
Range 0-1 of the defender.
But it also has to meet. It also has to meet the 0 to. It has to meet the range 1 to 2 of you. It has to meet both requirements.
Yep.
So you can shoot.
Right.
You can shoot
That's
Reimer.
correct. I'll go over there.
Yep. So it looks like shooting into Reimer. Ooh, blank out. That's going to be a hit crit. That is going on into Reimer. Not sure what that crit was. But structural damage onto Reimer. All right. So
Cool. Just wanted to drop the ISO down so we could see tokens a little more clearly.
rolling one less defense die is
Yeah. Let's pull up the fancy structural damage animation.
great.
Whoop, there it is.
Not great for a bomber.
Not great, Bob. Somebody wants to redeem Bob real quick. Oops, sorry, that's not what I meant. Okay.
Lock.
Yep.
Now it looks like Tycho's shot.
Now this is Tycho. Yep.
Yep.
For
Two.
2 after
Spend
spending
the
the
lock.
lock.
Yep.
1 2. Takes 2.
Takes 2, and with concussion missiles, after the attack hits, each ship at range 0 to 1 exposes one of their damage cards.
So Reimer
Right.
is going to expose the damage card.
Yep.
Stun pilot.
Stun pilot for Reimer. Doesn't matter, but we'll add it on there.
Stun pilot.
Basically,
Don't
be bad at the game.
overlap an obstacle.
Yep.
And we
That's
take
what we
2
say.
on
Don't be
Jones.
bad at the game.
Right.
Yeah, kind of
Yep. Okay.
getting away with one there for sure. It was looked like that attack
force?
was into Jones.
Force.
That attack was into Jonas.
All
Yeah.
right, so Jonas
Let's
on
go
3
Reimer.
left.
Barrage rocket. It's Corn.
Yeah, because wait, did he have any of the what is it called?
He had to face up. He only had 1 damage codes.
No, but did this guy have any evades on the dice or no?
It was yeah.
Okay.
Eyeball blank. So yeah, we're gonna range 2. It's Corn. With barrage rockets from Reimer.
All right, barrage rocket shot from Major Reimer in a corner
Yeah.
here. Corin down to just 4 hull.
Rolling 3. Reroll with Jonas. Jeez.
Oh
That's
gosh.
pretty good.
He still has his focus.
Spend
Spend
that
focus.
focus, yep.
Three hits.
Hit and 2 crits.
Range.
Going into Corin here. Let's see what Corin
So
gets.
we're getting a crit through no matter what.
No range bonus. Asking the range, it doesn't matter as long as it's what satisfies the requirement for the missile. No range bonus.
We got
Corin rolls too many dice.
Yep.
Let's get those natty evades now. You'll just make him still sat salvo it. Oh, that
Yep.
is hit and 2 crits going through on Corin.
Yeah.
I
Take
don't
him
want to
first.
see any
Yep.
directs in there.
Crit. And he's blown up.
That's a direct hit.
And that's a direct. And
All right.
down goes Corin. That's 4 more points. Steven with an 8 to zip.
And it's
the
Corin
lead
down.
right now.
Yeah. It's a
And he's going to be losing that center objective point as well.
That's
So
true.
that's kind of that's a big loss.
We got almost 40 people watching. Thank you for tuning in to 312 Squadron. My name is Nick. I'm here with Andrew. You're never allowed to leave. We're just running a 24-hour marathon. Yeah, 24 rounds. That sounds like absolute hell.
That sounds like what I did at Adepticon last.
That is what you did at Adepticon. It
last
wasn't
year.
24 hours, but it might as well have been because you played that many games.
We got a solid 5 hours sleep before showing up in the morning. Yeah.
In terms of objective points here, it looks like Samurott will get.
Yeah.
Oh, they're already rolling. Did they?
It looks like that first one is contested.
Yes. Bottom left looks like Samurott's.
Yep. Top right is going to Steven.
So it should be 10 to 1. Is that sound right? 10 to 1. Yep.
1, 2, 3. Yep.
Tom, you want to shout out Dungeon Cat really quick? Sit down here. All right. All right. Sit down. Right in front of that microphone.
Okay.
Some headphones.
I was actually checking, seeing if you guys need water.
Welcome, Tom.
Hey, how are you guys? I'm Tom. I'm one of the co-owners for Dungeon Cat Gaming, Glen Ellen. Want to thank Nick and Andrew for doing this for us, and definitely come on in. Our normal X-Wing night is Thursdays. We start about 5:30. Great group just to kind of come on in and have some fun. Get some practice in if you're practicing for any other store championships in the area, or just get some games in. So thanks for giving me the shout out.
No problem.
What do they get with 20 subs?
So 20 subs. We have these fancy schmancy objective tokens.
Gonna keep. Yep.
I think I
Almost.
There you go.
They're they're metal. Yep. The very flat ones too, which are very nice when you're trying to move your ships over them.
Went in on the second running of the I forgot what it was called. The they were doing the objective tokens, trying to help get people to Worlds, and we got some with our logo on them, and they're great. We love them. So yeah, definitely.
Full set of 5 we'll give away.
Full set of 5, yes.
We're already on our way. We've already gotten a few subs, so
Cool.
We'll get there. I'm sure we will.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, and thank you so much for allowing us to have the tournament here and for hosting it in your space.
We appreciate that. Myself and Mike, my business partner, we're both big Star Wars fans. That's one of the things that we bonded over when we originally started the store, and when we originally became friends. But our love for gaming and our love of Star Wars just kind of fueled the friendship. So
yeah, kind of a dream come true to open a game shop with your best friend.
Oh yeah. So slight plug on everything else. We don't just do X-Wing, but we've got stuff going on for Magic next weekend for the pre-release for Lord of the Rings, and then
Tell them to do
also the new
DC, because in the chat I'll give a link to your
exclamation point DC. We'll do the pull up our website, and you can kind of check us out. We're on the corner of Roosevelt and Park in Glen Ellen, and we're tucked in across from PJ's Camera. So great store, great atmosphere. I'd love to say I could take credit for just the atmosphere that we have here, but we've got a lot of good play groups just looking to help people get started and playing and just having fun with things. So
Tie advanced style.
what about the tie advanced style?
Do we have one? I think we do, don't we?
Yes, I'm sure I could grab one. I guess I'm gonna pass over to Nick. real quick.
Yep, we're having some judge.
Let me know if you guys
So
need
it looks like
We'll definitely take 2 more, whatever. No rush.
Yeah.
Thank you.
it looks like Steven was on screen just explaining to Samurott how the points had broken down in the last round. Also, Matt, thank you. It was the Isophane initiative for where
Jake is worth
those
4?
tokens came from.
Jake was with
It's 4 points? Yes.
4. Yep.
So I'm up to 5, and Corin is also worth 4.
Everybody's with 4 except for Ahsoka and Sabine.
Okay, so I'm at 9.
Top under the objective section.
And you
which is
killed Jonas, who's worth 4.
So I'm at 5.
Oh, Jonas went down. Okay.
I guess I'll do
Oh,
19.
Jonas went.
It's
Okay,
clear.
must have.
Oh, you're
missed
at
a
that.
couple extra
4.
damage. That's fine.
Yep.
You don't have an
Take
objective.
it in. Probably from Sabine. All right.
And then one more scenario point for Samurott.
Where did Samurott connect the scenario?
Let's have it face the camera.
Just he was contesting the bottom left before he started moving ships out of the
Correct, but wouldn't that be contested?
Well, it was 2 ships to
Oh,
1.
there were 2 ships that were in there.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, must have missed that.
Thank you, sir. Is this yours?
Nice.
All right. So now we're at 10-5.
Cool. Heading into round 3.
We got full health on Tycho, Sabine, and Ahsoka.
How come we saw Ahsoka boost, and now they're setting dials? I think we might have just missed a really fast engagement. Or
You know
something.
what? Yeah, I wonder if we just missed a really fast
I mean, that
turn.
was
The
really
thing
quick.
is, though, that TIE fighter still looks like it's kind of in the same spot. So I wonder if it just did the one hard and bumped. Yeah, maybe we just missed a fast turn.
I mean, while Tom was talking, I never saw them set their dials. I just saw Ahsoka move, and I was like, okay. But then Tom talked for like a minute, or
Same,
and
yeah.
then we went back to the table, and Jonas was gone. So we must have missed something. Clearly, sorry about that, guys. That's usually something that fast is like it's not possible with that many ships, but they played extra quick.
But
that
I
round.
mean, but Juno and Merrick haven't moved, so.
There's a chance that maybe Steven let him do a hopeful boost.
Oh,
I'll
you know
just
what?
double-check. That might have been.
That makes some sense. If he let him do the hopeful when Corrin went down, I'm sure he remembered the hopeful trigger. And then we'll get the barrel roll with Sabine. Yep. Yeah, thanks, Matt. Matthew Carey, the hopeful boost is what's happening there. All right.
Score update's 9-4. So you can just -1 scenario point for both players. Yeah.
Okay.
So it turns out that the bottom left was just contested. Sabine
Yeah.
was just out, and Sabine was the one that did the finishing damage. That was a
Yeah.
hopeful boost for Ahsoka. We're now understanding what's happening here. It
Yeah.
just took us a moment. Thank you, Matt. I appreciate it, Matt Carey. Shout out to Matt, who was my co-commentator for the Windy City Trials, and did a great job assisting me. And now we pass over the reins.
And the Grand Marshal for the Scrub Down 2, the Empire Scrubs Your Back.
Yes. Yeah, I had the pleasure of joining Will Hagwood on GSP for that. The beacons were lit and 312 answered.
And thanks everyone who tuned into that one as well, and for coming back.
Yeah, coming back in full force here. Let's talk about giveaways while I have a second, because we've alluded to it, and I might as well talk about it. Cool. So don't type 312. That's for later. I forgot to turn that off. Many of the things that I might forget. As you guys can see, we had our 10 and 20 goal already. The next goal is to get 20 more to get the scenario die here. Looking at our goal right now, we have 64. We've already had a few. So I'd say if we can get up to 80, so 16 more, we'll give away the scenario die and the Dungeon Cat set of 5 metal objective tokens as well. And then we have a goal of 60 for a couple of acrylic dial covers and 80 for another set of metal objective tokens, the holocron style there, as you can see. So yeah. And also ! Sub Club. If you guys aren't familiar, Andrew, I'm not sure if you are aware, but our Discord has a special section called the 312 Sub Club. So if you are gifted a sub, you subscribe with Prime, or you you subscribe yourself, whatever tier, you are automatically connected with your Discord, assuming you're in it, to our sub club, which just means that you have a private place to chat with us. You get to help us with future alt art cards, and there are bonus giveaways. That's the biggest one. We give away extra stuff to the sub club. So more of an incentive to hang out with us, to subscribe or support us in any way you can.
Definitely an added perk to get the prizes that you want.
Yeah. All right. sub club is a good time. Nick gives us does cousins subs. I'm not sure. Meatball subs. Meatball subs. Amateur Painter, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the 312 crew. Getting us real close to 900. We're marching along. And we are underway here. Round 3 begins.
All right. Sabine doing the, looks like the K turn to catch those bombers. Hopefully Sabine will get her range 1 bonus there too.
I think only when in the attacker's front arc do you get any of her bonuses.
That's right.
It's Fearless and Concordia built in, and we're actually going to get a barrel roll here.
Going for the arc dodge.
Nicely done there by Reimer, who does have a stun pilot and a structural damage. And Dom Santos subscribes with Twitch Prime. 4 months. Thank you so much for the subby. Appreciate it. Welcome. Or welcome back. I definitely recognize your name. Next up, we do have Merrick. I would be surprised if we don't see Ahsoka do like a sloop.
I think you're just if you're 2 ships down, you gotta have Ahsoka just re-engaging with the fight.
Crazy Tom 1313. That might be the Tom that's here. Thanks for the follow. If you are, if you're not, thank you. Dungeon Cat Gaming again. That's where we're at. You got the spiel from the store owner. Tom's a good dude. Thanks for being so accommodating, Tom. And
the target lock on Sabine's gonna be interesting to see if that is range 1. Especially Sabine with no mods getting
A-wings and no mods, very scary.
Yep. Caught in the back there.
And Matthew Carey, I never thought I'd see the day where Matt Carey subscribed on his own and didn't wait for somebody to gift it to him. We might have to stop the stream and commemorate this moment. However, he's still been subscribed for 12 months because every month someone has given him a sub.
Sounds like, yeah, you already
Thanks,
have.
Matt.
Thank
Appreciate
you, Matt,
you,
so
dude.
much. I think we're gonna, you have to check for the target lock there because then you get the, you can boost in and get an arc.
1 year. What an anniversary. That's a big number. 12 months.
Are we gonna see Juno boost?
Use her ability to do a boost.
Yep.
Should be able to curve it and fit that boost. Juno is the most damaged of the 2x1s.
Yes.
And I don't know about Sabine here. Sabine does get to use her ability because she is in their front arc at range 1, at least for Merrick.
At least for Merrick, right. That's what I was...
at least for
Merrick.
And
but then you're also still range 1 of an X1, so...
yeah, I know.
Up here.
Yeah, you need to go for 2 natural evades.
Yeah.
Let me... Here, can you mark the new ship?
Comments?
Yep.
A player mark view from the player cam. This isn't TTS. We're not in TTS anymore, Toto. Gonna have to do things the manual way, which is marking ships physically.
You're stressed because attached to his ability. I perform actions even more stressed.
Yes. Yes, you can.
Going for the K turn puts you in position to object.
Takes
Test
an
the
evade.
And then Ahsoka, you can
Duke, I
reveal
suppose,
if you want
but
while I search for the...
I would have
Sloop.
probably
Yep.
focused.
I got
There's
you.
the sloop as we called, or I called, or whatever. Ahsoka getting turned back around. Don't think she will be in range of a Sabine to give her a focus. He would like to be, but it doesn't look like that will be close enough. Certainly out.
All right. So we got Steven as first player. Yeah, it looks like the only shots on his side are going to be coming from those 2 X1s.
Yeah, let's see. Ooh, looks like it might be.
Looks like range 1.
Judge?
Hey, let me see.
Going for...
Range 1, check Juno to Sabine.
We're calling a judge here.
It's cool. I don't know if it's in art. It's... I just figured.
I would say it's range 1. It's more of, is it an arc?
Alright, if you could hold that down with your fingertip.
Okay.
And I'm going to use this, actually.
Just drop that in there. It is range 1.
Range 1. In. Okay.
Oh, and let's check the arc too. Okay.
Yeah,
this
we got
is
a
for.
slight bump with the bomber. It's okay. I don't think that's going to impact too much. Yeah, it looks very close. Is it in arc?
Let's go in the direction.
Range 1.
Can we take him off his base, please?
Off the base?
Yes. And, oops.
Probably should just mark the bomber.
And then we need to take the markers off too. So we're doing that's.
I often have that hubris when I'm
Gotta
trying to
make
do
sure
art
we're
checks
in.
too. Where I'm like,
I just tell people to mark everything in the way. Just like, get that out of here, get that out of here, get that out of here.
yeah, it's
You have
always
the cleanest
that's
art
in.
check
That's in. Range
possible.
1?
We could allow it.
It is
Yeah.
range 1.
okay. That's a big range 1.
Got our hot mic there. We could hear everything going on. I gotta say, Andrew, the Matt and I talked about it a lot, but the player microphone is just phenomenal.
Absolutely.
It's so helpful. All right, dice cam on. Oh my goodness.
Ooh.
It's pretty good so far. You can fire control system, the reroll on 1, make it.
Yep.
3 hits and a crit. And Sabine does get her ability here, but does it matter? We'll see.
She's got it, but yeah, it's still dangerous being that range 1.
I think we're just confirming if she can use the ability before we roll those green dice. And
That's a good one.
It's pretty good. That's going to
the
be
best case
use that
scenario.
ability, Samurott, make it 3 evades, makes it 3
Yep.
evades, takes just one shield,
One shield. That was big.
and could be, if you can get lucky like that again, Merrick won't pick a damage card, which is really important here.
Yes.
Here we go. Merrick shot, range 1. And again, just very hot out of the gate here. Dream shot when you only have single modded with the X1s. Fire control
Fire
makes
control,
it
well,
3 and a crit.
4. And that crit in there.
That is not, so that is going to be,
That is going to be the crit coming
Sabine gets the ability
in. And reroll.
for what?
For
What was
3?
elusive reroll? Gets 3.
Yeah,
That's
that's
yeah.
got
After
less-
the ability,
Best case scenario. All right, just shields down. That was
No shot
nice.
from my
that
other
was the
5?
best thing.
that's
That
very
Sabine
scary
you're
for
fast.
Sabine there.
That's okay.
could have walked away with.
The TIE fighter can still get a shot at Sabine.
I would say range 3.
Range
Yeah.
What'd you say? Okay. Yeah. From where's downtown?
One
I'm
hit?
not sure. This is this.
It looks like Ahsoka.
Oh, that's right. Downtown
the
range
range
shot.
shot.
1 evade.
Got the 1 evade.
Evade.
Taichu.
Yep.
Taichu.
Taichu also has juke, just a heads up.
Okay.
Range 1.
Yeah. 2.
And it'll be 2.
Okay.
Rolls more
juke.
paint.
Yeah, so you juke that down, and then I'll
And
spend
then
the
we switch
focus
the focus. Yep.
for 2.
The focus ended up mattering there if
Yep.
he had taken the evader focus. He did it for Juke.
Cool.
However, Juke isn't
Alright.
as good when they have a focus. It's still
4.
helpful to make them spend it,
No
but
shots.
Jonas doesn't care here. He's not
My
shooting at
3.
anybody.
And he's got full health, so.
Yeah.
This is the
Yes, this is
Got
the
it.
one.
Range 3.
Watch this be the
Sabine.
one, Andrew. Here it is. Sabine on 1, or oh no, Sabine's on 2. So it's gonna be. It's wild that she's on 2. That's it. Hit crit. Sabine, no
Throwing
mods.
everything
Range
again at
3.
Sabine.
Automatically
Gets an
change.
extra
No,
dice.
that's range 3. It's not range 1.
Right.
get an
It's
extra
not
die
range
there.
1.
Why not rolling 4 dice?
That's what they're pointing out.
Wait, range 1. I should get an extra. Range 3. I should get an extra die.
You should
Yeah.
get an extra.
So let me re-roll that.
No.
Whoop. Well,
2. Okay.
I mean,
You have to roll 1 extra die and re-roll the dice.
Okay.
Oh.
So when you roll too many, you re-roll, but when you roll too few, you roll 1 more in. So just keep the original result, which is 1 evade, and then roll 1 more green die.
Okay. And the Wesker one was.
Yeah, so now you just roll 1.
just doing a point of order. Oof.
Okay.
So it does, the crit does go through.
Crit
One
goes
damage
through.
then.
And it's 2 stress.
I don't want to interrupt, but it's just the rules for those things. It matters.
It's always
Sabine
good
is
to
very
play
strict.
point of order and helps players learn what it's going to be like in
Oh,
main
panic,
setting.
panic pilot.
Oh, the
Alright,
crit goes through.
Yeah, the crit goes through.
Sabine shot.
Yep.
You back it. Oh yeah.
So
That makes a lot more sense.
three of those
Range 2?
stress
Range 2.
tokens.
Yep.
What would I rather do? Yeah, switched.
Don't like those. 1 of 8.
Yeah, there's a big difference between rolling an extra die in versus re-rolling 4
All
green
right.
dice. It's a very big difference.
That's everybody?
It is what it is.
Objectives?
Still alive, though. Just a lot of stress. So here we go. We're counting up
Alright,
objectives.
so that one was contested between those two. Get that one.
So put
This
Steven on
one,
10.
I have 2 to your, maybe even 3 to your 1, so I get that one. Nothing there, nothing on that one. So 1 objective point for me.
11 to 5.
No ships died.
Or
I guess
11,
that was
11 to 4.
contested,
There was
so-
no. Yeah, Samurott does not get a point this turn.
The center one was contested. So it
And
looks like,
yeah, we're back to this.
It was 3 to 1 for the center. 3 X1 or there's a bomber, 2 X1s versus just 1 A-wing in the center. So that is.
Oh, I got 2 objective points. Sorry.
Stevens.
Okay, yeah, that's what
These
that. Well,
two.
when
So
Steven
11
said 1 objective point, I thought maybe that meant that Juno was out of range 1.
Thanks, guys.
Like, even if Juno's out, it still is.
Because Sabine is still in range 1. Of
Yeah,
the
but
center.
2 ships to 1 still overrides.
Oh, correct.
Yes.
But
So even if Juno was in or out, the 2 ships, the Merrick and Bomber, are at
Right.
range 1 versus Sabine is just the 1 ship there. Either way, same result. 11 to 4. Steven leads heading into round 4. About 20 minutes left. Is the table mic meant to be on? Yes, we are now using the table mic for you guys because we all get to listen together. And unlike the Windy City Trials, it is intended for the players know that they're going to be heard versus I had it as monitor only in OBS and it still found a way to output to the stream, and I was really upset until everybody told me they loved that there was a table mic, and I'm like, okay, hopefully I didn't betray the players' confidence.
Yeah, that's happy accidents. So wonderful. So-
Nobody said anything wild. I mean, you should know better anyway.
I mean, I was watching on the stream at that point. I thought it was great for sure.
Only been playing for about 8 months. Yeah, newer player for sure.
Yep. Yeah, this is Samurott's first official tournament ever, and first time on stream. He's definitely a wonderful player. Chatted with him a bit before the tournament started, and very nice guy. So very happy to have him on stream as well. He's very excited to be here.
So taking a look at where everything is, I think it's time for Ahsoka to get back in here and try to get Juno off the board. You've already fired your proton rocket, so you don't have as much firepower to do that.
Those X1s are moving away from the far right objective too, so you can put her in a position to also gain that point. Taking Juno off the board would be huge.
Yeah, it starts with getting a couple of scenario points and taking a ship off the board. That is the only way I can see Samurott coming back here.
Yeah,
Steven is definitely in a very big advantageous position right now.
Yeah, if you're Tycho, maybe you start trying to turn in and go for Major Reimer. But chances are, if you get first player and Samurott's going to be first player on that one, so runs in chance of bumping Tomax.
Yeah, Tycho is in a he's fairly healthy. Could also threaten another shot into Juno. You have Reimer. Reimer's 3 points at 4 hull with a structural, certainly doable.
Yep. Oh, Tycho can avoid the bump. Yeah, by he'll still be able to do his boost in the system phase, possibly. Wonder if that's gonna fit, or he could barrel roll it. All right, first bomb of the day drops.
Yep, and with Nimble Bomber, you can use the one bank template. That's what we're doing.
Yeah.
Bomblet, if you guys are wondering, what is a bomblet? So bomblets are cheap for a reason. Everybody at range 0 to 1 of the detonating bomb after activation rolls 2 dice, and you take damage on a damage result. If it's a crit, it's still a face down damage.
Yep.
So sometimes bomblets just do no damage, and that's why they're, I think, 2 points?
Yep.
I think.
It's just a 2-point upgrade.
Dirt cheap. Still very, threatening because it's a 50% chance on each die you take a damage. So.
Yeah. It's not relevant with these bombers, but instead of using the reload action, you can spend a shield to recharge the bomblet generators.
Yeah. I think can you still use the reload for the bomb though? I think
You can. You can still use reload for
Yeah.
bomblet, but it's not an action that you're taking if you use the shields.
That's true. But yeah,
I don't think I've ever done that in a game of X-wing, but still for 2 points, it's definitely what I put on my bombers.
we're gonna see a lot of them, a lot of bomber appearances at 3 points. That's a good value.
Yeah, I've been playing some of those lists for fun just this past week, and I really enjoy dropping bombs and having the bombers come back is just they're so much fun to fly.
I think this is round 4, right?
Yeah,
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
It's Nick keeping me honest. With
It's all right. No worries.
Yeah, J-Man, the shield upgraded bomblet meta. So that's a 10-point bomblet.
Yeah, who needs your barrage rockets and Sad Salvo? I'm here for the reloading of my bomblets and nothing else.
That's right.
I choose bizarre violence. I'm here for it, for sure.
Yeah.
All right. So we saw the Academy Tide just sticking close to the 1 hard, takes the focus. We saw Sabine do the 2 bank to clear 1 of the 3 stress tokens.
Ooh, going
and
for the
Ahsoka
hard
does
turn.
land on the rock, unfortunately. The 2 bank was the safest and closest to the objective.
Yeah, I hate to see it. I wonder if that may have just been a mistake in the dial.
Yeah, it takes 2 shields in the process. The auto damage and then the crit. Man, I almost wish that they had brought Ahsoka down to 4 with less loadout. At 5, I just still think she's definitely has always been good. But 5 points for an A-Wing is just a little iffy. With list building, it sometimes doesn't really work.
They would have to really, really take down the loadout value on her, though, because 4 points for a Force user A-Wing is still, that's still
you
pretty,
get 4-point
good.
Obi-Wan and Anakin in the Adas, right?
Yeah. I don't know, but
are a little more, they feel tankier than they are just because they can evade all the time. It wouldn't, I don't think it would be broken, but yeah, she'd have like 6 loadout or something, 7 loadout. Head over to our player cam here. I'm tired of staring at a board for a hot minute. I love this backdrop. You got the Star Wars poster. You got all the cool games and that bookshelf on the left. You got the cool display at the top.
Yeah,
the paints on the right behind Samurott. It's dope. It's very cool.
The play area at the store is great if you're in the area, or if you're in here visiting too. It's a wonderful store to check out and visit. Not too far from the airport.
Yeah. And we got, is that a
From
snoop
O'Hare.
from the bomber?
Yep.
Or no, was that a K turn? Or where was he? It looks like a K. It was a K because he was facing that way already. And misses the debris. So that is that's
right.
Tomax there doing that. Where's John Warhammer? I know we don't have a giant John Warhammer poster like at Good Games. We have to get that over here. It's the only thing the store's missing. John Warhammer. Here's Merrick, who has honestly, he's already gotten his ability off once. That's a huge win for Steven. He got Merrick's ability to go off. That used to be the biggest critique with him and Thane, is that, like, well, their abilities are good, but you can always die so fast. Lava Field Toasty. Nice name. Very fitting for Twitch. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the 312 crew. 41 people watching right now. Those are rookie numbers. Just kidding. It's very great to have you all. Very happy to have 41 people. That's wild. That is a quarter of the X-Wing player base. I'm just kidding. Maybe like an 8th or a 10th. I'd like to think, how many people do you think are actively playing the game? Like at a game store or going to events right now in the world, if you had to take just a guess. I would think it'd be at least 1,000, right?
Oh, more. I would say more.
But like that, like go to their game store regularly and like more, at least twice a month, and play in an event at least whenever there is events going on.
Yeah, twice a month. Going to a game store like twice a month. I would say globally probably like
What do you guys think in the chat?
2,500.
I would think it would be less than 3,000, but maybe more than 1,500. That would be an optimistic, I think. But the game is growing. There's a good chance for it to grow right now. So
I mean, like I said, Samurott just started. We're getting a lot of new players in our stores in Chicago. which is wonderful. Loved and I've been meeting so many cool new people.
Yeah, very
that are
exciting
getting into the game.
as a community organizer type person to get new players to see them fall in love with the game and then keep coming back.
And you know, I wouldn't be surprised. I think, you know, if most players played it more casually, that they're not coming into the game store, you know, for the tournaments, but they're playing it on their kitchen table. I was talking to one of the new players who came in to our Chicago store, had bought the 1.0 sets and was just kind of casually playing 1.0.
This is Tycho's range
and
one
just
shot.
taking the step into
Just one after spending the lock. This is
game.
into the TIE fighter. The TIE is safe with one. The glare hides that evade a little bit there, but safe.
Blue lock cover. Sabine's lock is gone.
Oh, Sabine.
White. Yeah.
Cool. There, yeah.
Yep.
Took the wrong
Okay.
lock off. Just not a good day for Rebels. It's early, man. Come on. Let's not talk like that yet. Rebels are in a lot better spot now.
I would say so.
I think Scum is the one that's still walked away with.
That is, they're going
They're wondering
to
if that's cocked.
fire.
Yeah. It might be.
Just re-rolling it cocked.
Yeah, it's cocked. So hit crit.
And then going for the fire control.
There it is. Spicy from.
Yep, changes to
Steven
the crit.
again.
3 crits.
Oh.
Wow, so Tycho is definitely just shields down. So no crit going through there, luckily.
Sabine's ability doesn't work at range 0, correct?
Does not.
It's range
Does
1.
not. I wish they
Does
could
not
hear
work
us.
on range with 0.
That would be very. If we forgot to unmute, it would be very distracting for them. But
Correct,
you
yeah.
could just be like, correct. Like have a producer in your ear, you know.
We're just talking to ourselves.
That would be just so
Yeah,
next
she only
level.
gets 1 damage check on this too. Alright.
You know, I kind of
Range
wish
zero,
that
Sabine, then?
Concordia face off
Just hope
did
we get
work at
lucky.
range 0 though.
Yeah.
Because
That's pretty
especially
lucky.
now that you can attack, it can feel really brutal if you just blank out of that range 0 shot.
Sabine's dead.
Looks like Sabine
Did
goes
he roll?
down.
Oh no, he rolled.
He did. Only
So
1 evade.
Sabine, that's another 3
And
points.
Yep.
For Steven.
2.
You
So
know,
14-4 here. I think that pretty much shuts the door.
yeah. Yeah, both A-Wings, Tycho and Ahsoka now just on hull.
Hopeful.
Hopeful.
Ahsoka, yeah, she's on the rock, so not shooting.
Could be that hopeful could be important for the TIE fighter shot back.
Okay, so here's a range 2 unmodded shot. Just 2 dice for 1 hit here
Yeah.
from Tomax Bren there at the bottom. Plenty.
Yep.
It's 2 hits here. This looks like this is the TIE fighter shot
Yep.
into a
Ooh.
complete whiff for Tycho. I think that's it for
That is
Tycho.
it for Tycho.
Oh, brutal. Brutal.
That, yes.
Yeah, A-Wing, I'm going to A-Wing. That gets you up to 18. And then looking at the objectives that will get,
That's it.
that should do it.
Yep.
Yeah, that will be 2, at least 2 guaranteed. It is 2 guaranteed here.
That's 2.
So 20 to 4. A little bit of a blowout here.
Yeah.
We had some good close games, the Windy City Trials. You know, it's you never with certain scenarios, and obviously matchups. X-Wing is very matchup dependent
Yes.
and dice dependent and scenario dependent now. So these games happen more often than you would think.
Yep.
Sometimes it doesn't even feel like a blowout, even when you're getting blown out. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you're so close to getting a ship off the board. There's the handshake.